What's up, Beastrels? My name is Logan. Welcome to Talking About This and That, the series where I ramble and pretty much speak about whatever's on my mind. I think everyone's lasted for roughly an hour so far. That may or may not be. Obviously, you know because you're watching the video and you can see how long it is. I just started and I don't have any schedule, so I don't know. I've been playing through Mass Effect 3 again, and uh, even though Mass Effect 2 is really the game that stood out of me out of the trilogy, I find myself coming back to 3. Uh, Achievement hunting? I don't think so. I don't know. I found myself, it was in the Xbox where I finished it, and I wanted to play, so I thought I'd go through it again, make some different choices and stuff like that, and get some of the dialogue, whatever, and get some achievements. Uh, so that's what I've been doing. And I'm faced with a situation. I'm pretty scared. I think I might be actually hauled off to jail today because of a very complicated school situation, which I'm afraid I might be charged with truancy. And I'm going to see as that progresses today. Of course, I keep everybody updated. If you see videos continue to be uploaded, or maybe if this is a video that you happen to go back and watch, uh, you probably already know the outcome. But that's what's going on with me. Need to recline. I've been crap. Here we go. Trade. There we go. I might use this angle. Shit. I wait a minute. I can actually go get my books now because you won't see me. Hold on. Wait right here. I promise I'll be right back. Yeah. I have been Oh crap. That's not good. Sorry about that. I've been reading The Fault in Our Stars, The Maze Runner, and Insurgent and Allegiant, as well as see, The Lost Hero by Rick Riordan. Um, book club type ordeal. The Fault in Our Stars was a great book. Uh, I could highly recommend it to you. See, The Maze Runner, I'm actually not finished with it yet. I've read the first couple chapters and I like where it's going. Uh, I don't know, I just haven't had the urge to read very much lately. And Insurgent and Allegiant, I read Divergent. I really liked the book. Uh, and no, I don't just read books with female protagonists. Of course, The Maze Runner doesn't have one. Um, Clarify, I'm in a book club with nothing but other females, so I sort of pull the strings, and I'm just sort of along for the ride. Although I did make a suggestion for the next book, and teacher who runs it really likes it. But uh, anyways, other than that, as far as school stuff goes, uh, I've actually got to take a Greek mythology class and a creative writing class, and I've really been enjoying it. thus far. Had the same teacher for both, and she really been enjoying what I've been putting in. Um, and of course, I've loved ever since I was just a wee little son of a bitch. I've enjoyed history to no end. Anybody who knows me can vouch and stuff as far as that goes. I, I've I've loved it. And in part, I have to thank Dynasty Warriors, and as pathetic as that sounds, you gotta keep in mind Dynasty Warriors 4 is the first game I ever played, and of course, video games have had an everlasting effect on me due to that video game. And of course, Dynasty Warriors, based on the Romance of the Three Kingdoms novel, Romance of the Three Kingdoms novel based on history, sort of propelled me into it. And I was I've always been very good at English and language arts and writing and stuff like that. So, uh, history text and stuff like that. I don't know. I think people are very, and of course anybody who studies, psychology or whatever, studies there are. Uh, of course, everybody is different, but there is certain ways that people think, and some people are more tailored to math, very good with numbers. Uh, some people, and of course, writing. I hate that some people think that writing, you're either born able to do it or you aren't. That couldn't be farther from the truth. Writing, just like any other school, or not school, just like any other skill, that's what I was trying to say, takes practice. So, uh, of course, I don't need to tell you that, I'm sure, but of course that goes for anything. Just gonna do something, uh, something, something you really enjoy, that you like, that you're terrible at it. Of course, just keep doing it, like practice. Practice makes perfect. There's a reason that's a saying. It's only because it's the truth. Just keep at it, whatever. I'm not going to turn this into a pep talk, don't worry. I've, I, once again, I hate to sound all sappy, but I haven't really been enjoying life lately. And it's not like I'm sad or depressed or whatever. It's just I don't have that much going on for me right now. It sucks. I'm pretty sure that the girl I got a crush on actually has a boyfriend now. That's sort of a kick in the ding dong. But I'm not gonna let that deter me because I'm a handsome son of a bitch. Uh, let me think here. And I haven't been playing Xbox with Jake, but I talked a little bit about that in the first episode of talking about this and that. I'll sum it up in case you didn't see that one. Is when it comes to Xbox, I have one buddy. And I'm not talking about one person on my friends list. I'm talking about whenever I get on Xbox Live, it's just automatic right there, partner up, let's find us a game to play. It's not I'm playing this game, you happen to be as well, let's partner up that way. Is that my real life, in the real best friend, Jake, friend of the channel, friend of me personally, made appearances on the channel, even helped me commentate on some stuff. I've had series with him for God's sake. I haven't been seeing him very much. Uh, Generally, I like to think that I would go insane without Jake, but I don't know. Anyway, let's get off that crap. Get off it. I seen a YouTube video a few hours ago, and I don't know exactly what type of sick person that the YouTube search engine thinks I am, but in my suggested videos, it was 13 and pregnant, second take, and I got on there, um, and this lady named Tori, I was gaming at the time, so I wasn't looking at the video, I just had earbuds in and listening, and was talking about being 13 and pregnant, and was talking about her story and whatever. I'll sum it up very quickly. I mean, I'm sure if you put in that title, you can find it. Hell, I'd even suggest going and watching it. It has like 2.5 million views off the top of my head, maybe more or maybe just a little bit less. Um, vast has 15,000 dislikes, about 9,000 likes. Um, and I did see the top comment was her talking about, insult her and stuff like that. Yeah, but you need to use proper grammar. However, with that being said, and of course I mean no hate on the lady, but uh, the whole paragraph that she used, talking about how haters were going to hate, and if they were, then they needed to use proper sentence structure and stuff like that, was horrific. And none of the I's were capitalized, which bothered me immensely. Uh, the first letters, I know, were capital, her shift key was not broken. Hell, or caps lock wasn't broken. Shift keys broke. Turn on caps lock. Type a letter, whatever. Shit bothers me. I said before, they're grammar Nazis. I am grammar Hitler. It's the truth. It bothers me. But dwelling on that, she's talking about she she was 12 and she met this boy when he was 11, and he was a skater guy, and they went through some rough, teenage love story, and now he's a sumbitch, whatever. Um, that said she's almost 15, and her her son is about 9 months old. Anyways, I'm like, where has the pride gone? And the whole thing was like, you don't understand what it's like to be in love. I'm like, hell, I talked before about have your own personal agenda. There is no me and somebody else. There's Logan. And as terrible as that sounds, I do look out for me and mine. But in the end, you need to plan for your future. And I mean, and once again, I know I sound terrible. I know I do. But there's just some times where you need to be blunt and let your opinions be known. Is whenever you are 13 and bring a child into the world, you are not giving that child what it needs, and of course you're taking some stuff away. What can happen? And I'll tell you exactly what is most likely going to happen is that you're going to have if you have some really supportive parents, best case scenario, your mother cares for your child. Your mother and father, even, maybe mother and stepdad, maybe father and stepmom, whatever. Grandpa, grandma, I know there's some people out there, grandma and grandpa takes care of them. Maybe just grandma, maybe just grandpa, whatever, aunt, uncle, whatever type of case you're going on. You got your parent figure or figures looking out for your kid for you. Either that or you drop out of high school and get a job for very little money, and you try your very best to take care of your kid, which will, unless some certain stars out there align, will inevitably fail. And as we live in a world where you can't even get a job at Mickey D's anymore without having a high school diploma, education is becoming more and more important, which sucks as kids are taking less and less interest in school. I don't know. I don't have any hard data to back that up, just from going to public school and dealing with kids. At least people who I've met just seem to have no ambition, no drive other than just, of course, I live in the South, getting a fancy truck with nice speakers and getting nice jeans with holes in them and whatever. But that seems to be growing. Of course, I've had the privilege of meeting some people with outstanding talent who know what they're going to be doing in their future, and they aren't going to let anything slow them down. My boy Cody, a good friend of mine. I'm not a good friend of his, but he's a good friend of mine, and he is the best artist I have ever seen, and I know that in life he will be successful. My boy Zach, very talented as well. My boy Jake knows what he's going to be doing. My boy Chase knows what he's going to be doing. They have their futures planned out. They know what steps they need to take to get to their goal. And it's honestly, ambition is a beauty to sit back and watch as somebody lays out their plans to try and seize what they want. But when you're 13 and pregnant, you very heavily limit your options. And kid, some people just think of it as part of life. It is life. Of course, that's not saying everybody should go out and have a kid. Some people don't need to be parents. Some people just don't want to be. Some people don't have what it takes. And that's understandable. But when you bring a kid into the world that you aren't even going to take care of, it gets a little bit ridiculous at that point. She went to the Tory, seemed like a nice enough young lady, talked about how her ex-boyfriend, lover, whatever, didn't, I don't know, it wasn't very clear if he wasn't faithful or whatever. I mean, people out there can be real son bitches. Wasn't clear, said that they couldn't talk about their kid without arguing. That's another thing, is people rush right into sex, think they have love. And there you go, stuck with a kid in a broken partnership, nobody able to take care of a kid. It's awful. And luckily she had a mom who is willing to pay for diapers and stuff like that until Tori can go out and get her a job. At least that's what she said in the video. And of course I have no hard proof. It's just her word. It's her story. I'll take it as it is. But, I'm just talking about something else here. Is sometimes there's just pure neglect. And I'm very hesitant to tell this story. I really am. Especially because I know if this were to ever reach my family, not only would I be shunned, or I'm already the black sheep of the family, even though I'm pale. So I would pretty much ruin any family relation I have if this were to reach any of them. But I'm gonna tell a little personal story because it's relevant to the other one. I have, I guess, a little bit of backstory is necessary. Now, my mother and father, whenever they got married, they struggled to have kids, and there were complications, and I've missed out on brothers and sisters because of it, even though my brother and sister now were adopted. And of course, because of the situation that was set up, uh, which I'm very thankful in a way. You know, my dad was talking about how he thinks. Of course, he's a firm Christian. Rather not if you agree, you know, whatever. To each his own. But he says he thinks it was, in a way, a blessing that he lost those two biological kids, because my brother and sister, they didn't come from a very nice home. And they put into foster care, and it looked like they were going to be getting a good home anytime soon. So before they got adopted, it was looking sort of bleak for them. But dad and mom took them in, took good care of them, you know. And there we are today. Eventually, as my mom and dad were getting older, my mom was in her mid 30s, my dad late 30s. They're 4 years apart before they finally had me, and everybody in my family had kids at a younger age. Out of all of my first cousins, uh, I am the youngest, so I have a lot of first cousins who are already married and have kids and stuff like that, so that's the backstory. But my cousin, uh, sure, why not? I'll use real names here. Felicia, she has struggled with a drug issue for many a year now, and she has two daughters, both of which she never sees, and are actually with my aunt, their grandmother, and their aunt, another one of my cousins, pretty much exclusively. And it's very sad, but I know what I'm talking about here. When I know, I've seen it firsthand. I haven't gone through it, but I've seen it, and it is terrible. Uh, of course, both of my cousins, you know, beautiful young ladies, they get along just fine, whatever. But at the same time, I'm like, everybody needs a mother figure, and it sucks that their grandma had to be that for them. But it's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. And whenever you are a mother or a father, knowing you have kids, and while your kids are kids, they have kids, you know, you can't help but think, am I getting a grandchild here, or am I just getting another kid? So, in the case of Tori, of course, she's confident that she's going to be able to provide for her own child and live out on her own, stuff like that. Uh, her mother is going to be taking care of that child, providing for her for a long time, at least a few more years. I would certainly hope that Tori said she has hopes of finishing high school in the United States of America. You would be, you know, be around 18 when you finished. So that's at least a few more years of the woman providing for her grandchild. I wish that, and of course this is very naive of me, but I wish people would really just stop and try and live up to their actions. And if they realize that they can't, then to atone for it, you know, and try and make choices. It's like people who go out and buy cars they can't afford, you know, just hoping that some type of miracle happens, that they win the lottery or some shit. It's like, bought this car, now you can't take care of it. It's the exact same thing with a kid. You had sex, now you got a kid you can't take care of. What do you do? Unfortunately, you can't put a Lambo in the foster care, but uh, you know, whatever. So switch into gaming here. Battlefield 4 recently put out an update, of course, preparing for Naval uh, Strike. I've been calling it Naval Assault by mistake. Jake had to correct me on that one. But Naval Strike, the new weapons are out. Of course, none of the new maps and vehicles are out. Yep, the gadgets are out as well. Um, while at the same time, there are a lot of things that are wrong with Battlefield 4 which have not been addressed. And I was very upset with, excuse me, I don't know why I keep trying to talk and breathe at the same time. Inhale, exhale. Naval Strike is coming sometime in March. I know that there is a release date. I just know it's late March. Wait a minute. 18th. I did know it. Did know it. Which is 8 days away. Hard to believe. But at the same time, there are key parts of Battlefield 4 that are still broken and are not being addressed. And little things like that are bothering the net code is all shit. And I'm no technical expert. I don't know what goes into video game making. I just know when the game plays right, and when it feels right, and when it looks good, when it sounds good. Battlefield 4, at times it can look good. It sounds good. But it does not play good. There are key components wrong with the game. There's shit that is broken that shouldn't be. And I was initially upset with the announcement that all DLC was going to be put on a hold while they addressed these issues. I was very upset. I said fix both of them at the same damn time, just like a future song. And uh, obviously that was not the case, whereas some improvements were made and Second Assault finally got released to everybody. I mean, Xbox One people got it pretty early, but Second Assault, uh, very late for everybody else. And then the Veteran Battle Pack was very late. Jake can tell you his woes with that. Uh, Funny story happened. I'll tell this very quickly now and get back on topic. Uh, one day, while Jake was actually here, I loaded up Battlefield 4. I think it was the day Second Assault came out, because I was going to start the download, and whenever he got back to his place, he was going to download it, whatever, and we were going to have like a marathon of awesome sauce. Anyway, that was the same day that the Veteran Battle Pack came out. He lost his shit. I thought he was going to start foaming from the mouth. He was so happy. It was brilliant, beautiful to see. I have never seen such joy, I guess would be the correct term to use. But back on topic, iPhone Star for Hire, a guy who I have followed on YouTube for years. Of course, I guess he goes by the Pone Star for Hire now, but he is totally given up on Battlefield at this point. And I mean, only the hardcore vets are really left in there. I mean, Level Cap, even he has issues with the game that he's talked about before several times. I guess he's hoping that because of the pool he has with having such a large channel that DICE will have, no choice but to give in, and that obviously he isn't abusing that power. He doesn't talk about the bullshit often, but when he does, generally it's important. And some of the stuff that he's brought up has still not been addressed. But then Matimio, I did watch Rival X Factor for a while. I don't know if he stopped with Rival or anything like that, but I haven't watched the X Factor video in a while, so and I haven't even seen him in my sub box. I don't know. I don't know if that's a YouTube thing or maybe that's just because I hadn't looked. I don't know. I know that he doesn't go by Rival X Factor anymore. It's just X Factor. I don't know. And then the Russian Badger, probably one of the funniest and most talented as far as video making people I have seen on YouTube. Highly suggest you check out the Russian Badger on YouTube. Very hilarious guy, especially the extreme intervention tutorial. That is some good shit. And no, I wish I was being paid to say that. Unfortunately, I'm not. Still, I don't actually have a... Hey, you know what? Yogurt. Yo, play. Shit is delicious. So do that, and do not ask me why I have this here. Colgate Sensitive Pro Relief toothpaste. It'll help you keep good dental hygiene. Any of the companies mentioned would like to get in touch with me to set up a sponsorship. Of course, you can inbox me here at youtube.com/thepetobear. But I don't know. Pedo Bear is the Google Plus name. I don't know if you'd actually have to use my account name or not, but I think it works either way. I don't know. Just being totally honest, I don't send that many personal messages. But Battlefield 4, I really wish. I've tried so hard to enjoy that game. Battlefield 3, one of my favorite games ever. I know people shit on it constantly because of the suppression, and granted, suppression was very annoying, very overly done. Battlefield 3 was such a fun game, and I put so many hours into it. It's unreal. Of course, I never did quite make it to 100 kernel, but I got to 42, I think. 42 kernel. I actually haven't played it in a while. I might go back and play it a little bit at one point or another. I'd have to try and find somebody to play it with. Nobody on my friends list actually still has all the DLC downloaded for it. So that would be a hassle, but then that's not relevant anyway. Let's see. What's a good transition here? I'll tell you what. I'll find some shit to talk about. We need to keep this gravy train rolling. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Kim Jong Un. Not a single vote cast against Kim Jong Un in Parliament. I didn't know that North Korea actually had a parliament. Let me read this here. With no one else on the ballot, state media reported Monday that Supreme Leader Kim Jong Un was not only elected to the highest legislative body in North Korea, he won with the unanimous approval of his district, which had 100% turnout. North Koreans went to the polls on Sunday to approve the new roster of deputies for the Supreme People's Assembly, the country's legislature. The vote, more a political ritual than an election by Western standards, is generally held once every 5 years. Though results for the other seats in the assembly had not yet been announced, North Korea's media quickly reported Kim had won in his district, located on the symbolic Mount. Oh man, I don't know how that would be pronounced. It's Paekdu. Paekdu, I don't know. Without a single dissenting ballot. In the previous elections, 687 deputies were chosen. This is the first time the election has been held since Kim inherited power after the death of his father, Kim Jong Il, in 2011. This is an expression of all the service personnel and people's absolute support, profound trust in Supreme Leader Kim Jong Un, as they single-mindedly remain loyal to him, the state-run Korean Central News Agency said. Voters in the election have no choice who to vote for. There is only one candidate's name on the ballot for each district. Said they have the choice of voting yes or no, and according to official accounts, virtually all chose yes. North Korea also typically puts turnout nationwide at over 99%. Analysts will be closely watching to see if the deputies this time around reflect a generational change as Kim looks to solidify his power and replace older cadres with younger, more loyal ones. The Supreme People's Assembly usually meets only rarely, often only once a year. In practice, it has little power. When it is not in session, its work is done by a smaller and more powerful body called the Presidium. The new parliament was expected to meet next month. No date has been officially announced. It doesn't actually have any reporter, as to give credit to that too. AP. Well, there you go. Can't really branch that off. I guess that's nice for Kim Jong Un. Good for you, buddy. I hope as the years come throughout that Rucka Rucka Ali continues to make parodies involving you. And I'd like to congratulate you on your new position that you undoubtedly was going to get. Round of hands, everybody. Round of applause. Goodness me. I'm sorry, I'm a little tired. Let's see what else. Samurai Warriors 4, does that have a release date yet? Pretty sure it does in Japan, doesn't it? Oh no. Let me look this up here. I don't know if I'll have to put in let's see, what is it? I'll just put in Samurai Warriors 4. We'll see. Nope. No release date. Doesn't even say like spring anymore. What is that about? It doesn't look like they have added any new characters. I don't know. God, I swear. They actually in Japan it gets released in 10 days. That's awesome, I guess. For the PlayStation 3 and the PlayStation Vita. Let me look here. Holy shit. Dynasty Warriors 8 Extreme Legends comes out on the 25th of this month. April 4th. Is that Aussie? Oh, the whole of Europe, unfortunately. Um, so April 4th for you European, roll cookies. Boys in the States. I assume Canada, Mexico as well, or at least I know it'll at least be in Canada. I don't know if the you know the Espanol version, whatever is gonna be released. I don't know. But since Canada, America, pretty much the same country, as much as some Canadians and some Americans hate to think so. America and U.S. are more similar than a lot of people care to admit. Whatever. Gotta say, I don't know what I'm going to be doing as far as videos go. I mean, I got Mass Effect 2 stuff. Need to actually upload some today, even though I have some on schedule uploader. I didn't have any for yesterday. Tactical error on my end. However, Mass Effect 2 surprisingly has been well accepted. Um, Much to my joy. I didn't think that, I mean, the first series did terrible. And that really sucks for me because I had a lot of fun recording that. And I wasn't the best player, and I didn't figure out a lot of the shit till later on. But let me look here. The 2 episodes that are uploaded. The first one has 3 views and 1 like. The second one has 2 views. But let's look at Mass Effect stuff. Actually, separated. Let me look here. Episode 1 has 5 views, 1 like. Episode 2 has 5 views, 1 like. Episode 3 has 6 views, 1 like. Episode 4 has 6 views, 1 like. 1 view, 1 view, 0. Let me look. I'm on 7 right now if you want to follow along. 1, 2, 4. 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 0, 0, 0, 2, 0, 1, 0, 0. So I like I like how the second series is doing thus far. As sorry for the shaking, comparatively speaking, of course. Uh, and if anybody got that reference, that is in reference to a video game. Uh, if you can tell me who said that, uh, I tell you what, if you can tell me, if somebody in the comments who watched this far and can tell me what character in the video game that I'm talking about, I will put you as a featured channel on the Pedo Bear channel. Straight up, I will. If you can tell me. Bet you can't. If somebody out there knows, first one, I'll do it. Promise. So, 44 minutes. I tell you what, that's probably good enough. I guess that's as good as it's going to get. So, I'm going to thank everybody for watching. That was a pretty good talking about this and that, wasn't it? I think so. I am going to go and, I don't want to say go to bed because I actually got some stuff I need to do. But what I will do is I'm going to go, it's like 7 in the morning, and I'm going to get me some breakfast, and then I'm going to watch the new Fallout New Vegas Let's Play by Jordy Jordan or Wings of Redemption, whatever you want to call him. I'll watch that a while. And if you indeed watch this far, uh, I assume that if you were able to watch through all of this, you're a pretty true fan. So if you would like me to read some of the stories that I've done for creative writing, uh, they're all short stories. Uh, the longest story I've written uh, was around 650 words, all relatively short. So uh, I can read those on this channel. You know, I welcome criticism, whatever. Hell, and just I have the thing on your YouTube channel. If you make a video or at least upload one, you can have it put to where there is something that appears in all of your descriptions, and I didn't want to put in descriptions for each one, so I put in, hello, I'm Logan. It's generally what I open up the video with. So, and I have all of that, and constructive criticism is always welcome. I have that in there, so obviously I welcome it. But, well, thank everybody for watching. I'm sorry that I didn't have any Diet Coke to pour out. Just I wasn't thirsty. I am now because I've been talking for a long time, but guess it's time to cut it. And I'm sorry if it looks like I have something in between my eyebrows. I do. Unfortunately, I happen to get zits in the the most embarrassing spots ever. Like one I had, and it probably appears in some of the videos. Still not completely gone away. I had one right here on the bridge of my nose, and then this is the first time I've ever really had some right here, but I've gotten them like right here before, right here, right here, right here. And of course, it does not help that I'm touching the areas with my fingers, as the oils on your fingers actually do not help with that, as well as having hair down here like this. But I don't care. Zero given. Same damn time by Future. Go watch it. And there will be a video linked in the description that you should watch as well. Thank you for watching, everybody. See you next time.